so Digital Extremes revealed their next Prime Warframe during TennoCon 2023, and, just like what I have said in my previous Prime video, Gauss Prime is next if the developer decides not to mess up the schedule of the Prime release. We know that Gauss Prime and Grendel Prime are bound for release this year, and we know that among the two Warframes, Gauss Prime will sell better to the crowd. Don't get me wrong, reworked Grendel is perfectly fine, but I just don't know if players are inclined on using the Prime variant of a Warframe where its vanilla version's usage rate is so low. Before we proceed, let me ask you this: how do you even play Grendel right now? At the moment, I only have 3 reasons for Grendel. One is to subsume it to the Helminth system so I can get one of the best ability for my favorite Warframe called Nourish. The second one is if I want to play as a bowling ball and have some dumb fun in open world ideas, or use the Warframe as it is and just enjoy the rework against Steel Path enemies in survival missions. He is not as versatile as Gauss, wherein you can also rely on the speed frame when it comes to Steel Path Doviri circuit runs. Gauss is also great against the Exploiter orbs, and he can even be good in defense also since he got an ability to nuke multiple enemies with his thermal sunder. Overall, I think Gauss Prime will sell better, and the developer decided to make this as their Christmas Prime Warframe for instant cash grab. Don't get me wrong, Grendel is still a powerful Warframe and we will discuss it in this video, but all I'm saying is that Gauss Prime will sell better compared to Grendel Prime. This is the only reason I think why Digital Extremes swapped the Prime access this year. But like I have said, Grendel Prime is still a very powerful Warframe if modded well. The rework of Grendel was very simple, but made the Warframe excellent when it comes to ability synergy. Nourish has become an insane damage boosting with its instant 10 viral procs to enemies. And then Regurgitate becomes an armor stripping ability that deals toxin, which is great since it bypasses enemy shields, and when you strip armor the toxin damage becomes insane with Grendel. Honestly speaking, Grendel is already a good Warframe when it comes to ability synergy, but it's lacking the versatility that other meta Warframe have. While admittedly this is a bummer playing with Grendel, but there are specific synergies that makes the Warframe very fun to play with. Just take, for example, this Elementalist Grendel I'm playing for months right now. This is by far the simplest combo for Grendel, but it's very potent and it melts enemies in seconds. So first I needed to replace his Pulverize ability and Subsume Eclipse on this slot. Any Subsume ability would do, but I find Eclipse more suitable because it boosts the weapon damage pretty well. You can also do this with Raw, but the ability is more on damage over time such as bleed and gas builds. So after subsuming Eclipse, we now do some weapon synergies with Grendel. First of all, this is a primer and melee combo Grendel build. What I'm doing here is further boost the damage of my weapon through the different status provided by my primer gun, and even boosting it more with the help of Grendel's viral procs on his Nourish. By the way, when it comes to primer guns I pick the Cedo. It's just a personal preference, since I like the fact that it can cross multiple status in a group of enemies easily, but this doesn't mean that it's the only primer gun you need. Secondary weapon like the Epitaph does exist, and it also gets the job done, but I just prefer Cedo because it procs a lot of status in one shot. After this, we will be using a melee weapon with Condition Overload. By the way, it's best that you don't add any viral in your primer gun since we have Grendel's Nourish on this combo. It's better to give the primer gun other element status combo like Radiation, Magnetic, Corrosive, or even Gas. Getting back to the melee weapon, I pick the Legendary Lesion for this. Just like the Cedo, there's no exact reason why I pick this, and this is just a personal preference since I like how Lesion melts anything with all the status plus viral procs and the increased damage from Eclipse. Right now, this is one of the most fun synergy I have for Grendel, and you can use this when Grendel Prime comes out later this year. There's no exact date yet on when will Grendel Prime be released, but I'm also excited about the Prime access, not just because of Grendel Prime, but also because of the upcoming Prime weapons that will be released along with this future Prime access. Just a question though, do you like the looks of Grendel Prime? Let me know in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Stay safe and stay positive.